Now I had kind of a like a vacation week this week. I worked a couple days on the weekend, took the week off, and headed on over to Disneyland, where all the other choach boys go. I did not choach at all on my vacation. I have not choached
Why
at
does
all
that have to
this
be
week.
a thing that comes up? Why are you letting it define you?
Everyone's asking,
Oh,
dude.
suddenly you're Joe Barry and all you can do is read the chat? Come on.
Yeah.
I think it's okay. You don't. Did Mike guilt you out of choaching?
It doesn't have to define you, Jim.
No, there was definitely an idea maybe, too, of like, I got to get choached up before I go to the park.
No, you can't disgrace Disneyland that
But then
way.
it's like, where was I going to choach, you know? And it's not like I was too concerned, like with smoke. It wasn't that I was concerned with smoking weed. I was just more concerned with smoking at a no-smoking hotel. Like, it wasn't that it was weed. It was just that, like, because I'm not even sure they would care. It's just the smoking in general they would care about.
Right.
And I don't want to get charged money for that shit. Like, for them to, like, we got to clean the sheets or whatever. It's like, you got to clean those anyways, bro. Yeah.
I didn't bring condoms, so guess who's coming all over the sheets? Your boy Jay Scamps.
But yeah, I guess I was back on my suburban tip. I was a little choach boy 2 weeks before that, and then back on that suburban tip, heading on over to lovely La La Land. Some people call it the home of Jake Sprague, but I say fuck you. It's home of Walt Disney.
Fuck that.
Home of Walt Disney, bro.
I've always called it the home of Dana Bomar.
Yeah. Walt Disney trumps all.
More than Dana Bomar?
Yeah. Sure about that.
Yes, because the new Guardians ride opened up when everyone's so sad about it because everyone loves the fucking Tower of Terror.
But you did too, Jim.
I was going to say, don't get me wrong, I love the fucking Tower of Terror. But like, hey, if they're gonna change it, they're gonna change it. I was sad about it when they got rid of it. I made sure to go on it before it was done ski. When they were doing it in the dark, like they did it with like all the lights out or whatever the fuck.
I wanted
cool.
to do that so bad, but the line was so long.
Yeah, I waited in a long line for that. But yeah, so I did that, said my farewell, blew a kiss. Fucking
I see. I bet you did. I bet you actually did.
No, I bought a bunch of merch though. I'm that dude. I'm a fucking merch boy.
I have a fucking bell on my bookshelf at home.
I never got a chance to ride it, but last time I went, the Indiana Jones ride was brand new. I think Tower of Terror wasn't. I think maybe they had one in Orlando, but they didn't have one in California yet. And then haven't been able to go back. But everyone seems to love it. You guys aren't alone. It seems like a very
and I get it.
Like people that go to Disney a lot seem to they all really like it.
That's such an outrage.
Well, the thing is, I get it, but at this point, like, it's been known for a while. We've gone through the transition. The new ride's here, so just fucking shut up now. You know, just fucking man up already. Where I know we're going to Disneyland, but we're not fucking children here, so fucking man up.
I'm with you there. Like, I'm still really bummed that it's gone, and I've watched ride-throughs and stuff, and like, I can't say anything because I haven't ridden it, but like at the same point, it's like, okay, it's there. There's no point.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why people are still complaining. They're not gonna undo it. Like,
and it's not necessarily better, but it's for sure not worse. It's just a different experience. And fuck, I should have my Hollywood Tower Hotel pint glass right here. I do got my fucking Pirate Stein though.
Yeah, it's so
jealous,
cool.
Kristen.
It's so
no,
cool.
Piece of shit.
Did you get the Red Rose Beauty and the Beast?
No,
cup?
I didn't remember.
We're
on the road back home, and I was like, fuck, I forgot the Red Rose cup. God damn it.
That Pirate Stein can sell for a pretty penny.
Yeah, I was looking at that.
That's so cool.
I have to toss that on the old bay if it keeps going up. That's my bay. eBay. Huh?
Yo. Yay. Uh-oh.
But yeah, decided to make the trek out there. Because, I mean, part of why, I mean, we usually go like at least once a year anyways. But I've been going more often this year because we have passes, and it's like I gotta get the worth of that pass.
That's how they get you.
Yeah, and that's why I'm not sure if I'd renew because I feel like I'm under pressure all the time. Like whenever we have time off, it's like, fuck, I got to use this pass.
That's exactly.
Because that's why I'm getting my money's worth.
Season pass?
Yeah, I got an annual pass. I got like the cheapest one. So like Saturdays during the summer I don't have, like those are blocked out, and some holidays are blocked out. But I've been able to go a bunch of times on the pass, and it's like you have to, or else it's like you wasted money on it. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's why I didn't go over the weekend because I wouldn't have been able to get in anyways because of my pass. But We went in on Monday, and
Memorial Day wasn't blocked out.
no, Memorial Day wasn't blocked out. Just the weekend was.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's how they fucking roll. That's Disney for you, holding it down. And they have like a bunch of Marvel things going on. It's the Summer of Heroes. So of course they get all this merch. They get all this like food items. These dope ass fucking nachos that are some sort of superhero type whatever.
Oh yeah, who are they based off of, Jim?
I'm not sure.
Why were they dope then?
They're just space nachos, bro.
What was different about it? Paint me a picture, Jim.
Well, part of it's because we were probably drunk, but they were so good. What were you saying,
Oh,
Kristen?
I was reading the name of their like the food that they have, and like they'll always like name them themed off of stuff. But for some reason, like the root beer, like people were saying they should have gone with I Am Root Beer Float because they just had like some smoothie that was called like I Am Smoothie.
No, that's stupid. I Am Root Beer Float would have been fantastic.
Some of them are really bad. Some of their shit is really bad. Oh shit.
Sometimes the chair does that. I'm gonna watch myself get scared.
But yeah, I mean, so we got in, we had some drinks at the hotel, and then had it was a Long Island iced tea in the park was called a Singularity.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
But it was like kind of we got in late in the day, and the plan was we maybe weren't even gonna go to the parks that day because it was already Memorial Day, so we're like it's gonna be busy. But when we got in, we're like, it's like 7:30. The park closes at 10.
It closes at 10?
California Adventure does. Disney's open till midnight. So we're like, let's just go scope it out. Let's take a look. Let's check it out. So we had a few drinks first. Then we went over there, had a drink there, and we're like, you know what? Fuck it. It was listed at I think a 2 hour and 10 minute wait or 2 hour and 20 minute wait. I believe it was listed at. And we're like, you know what? Fuck it.
That kind of seems perfect. Show up literally at the end of the night.
Yeah.
It's the only thing you're doing there, and you weren't even going to go anyway. Just wait in line the whole time and get the ride. Like, that seems like kind of the best way to do it.
Because part of it is like if you're fresh in the park, so it's like, we're fresh. It's not like we've been here all day and we're tired.
Yeah, that's true.
So we were like, we've already had some drinks, so we're feeling good. We're like, let's get another drink and some nachos, and then just go hop in the line. And it helped a lot. Well, first of all, since it was towards like if you get in line before the park closes, like you're still in line, like they're not just going to kick you out because it's closed. So it was, I think by the time we got in line, it was like 8:30. So technically by the actual time, we would have been there past park close. But what worked out genius with it is that they finished up fast passes while we were in line. So we actually only were in line for an hour and 20 minutes.
So it started booking because you didn't have to worry about some of the rides being fast pass people.
Fast pass is what holds up lines.
Exactly, yes. And plus we were drunk and we've always hated people that do this. But my girlfriend and I, we busted out the old Heads Up.
No!
Yeah, we did. Heads Up, it's just an Ellen DeGeneres game. It's
actually pretty fun.
I saw tons of people doing that at Knott's Berry Farm when I went a couple months back. Like there weren't very many lines, but the few lines I wound up in were like every teenage group of kids was doing that.
Yeah, we busted up the old Heads Up, playing a little fucking Heads Up Disney Park pack or whatever. You get like a free pack because if it detects that you're in the park or some shit.
Geolocates you.
And doing like 90s and movies and stuff. And it was like kind of next thing you know, there we are. Wow, what a fucking kick-ass line this was. This was great. And you get in there and it's like the collector's lair or mansion or whatever you want to call it.
The queue looks so cool. Was it so cool?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Jim sent me a bunch of pictures and it seems so cool.
Yeah, you got
because it's not even just Marvel stuff. They have like Disney shit in there too.
Like,
yes.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they do. They have some Disney Easter eggs because even in all you see all the collector's stuff, and I was reading that they have it where it's easily to swap. They could swap out like 2,000 different items or something. It's like built where they can easily do it. Excuse me. And
what, like fucking the Beauty and the Beast Rose Under Glass type stuff, or is it like
they have the original Yeti from the Matterhorn?
I got a picture of that. That's in the boiler room. Is the Yeti from Matterhorn?
So it's like he collected things that real people would have known from the park, not just like random Disney things.
Because they have some of the cases are hanging from the ceiling with things inside. And I didn't see it, but I was reading Figment's in one of them.
Yeah, I read that.
Figment. He's a Disney character.
It's a Disney World thing.
Oh, that dragon?
Yeah, the purple dragon.
Imagination. And then there's a bunch of like Kree artifacts and the what we originally thought was Adam Warlock's cocoon.
Oh, now it's the mysterious
but now
cocoon.
it's just just says mysterious cocoon.
It's weird that they put that on display because everyone kind of noticed it, assumed it was Adam Warlock. Then they revealed Adam Warlock in the new
it was
movie.
like a new
but
one.
now but the fact that they're putting it on display kind of makes you wonder, like, is it important? Like, what is it? Is it fucking is Shuma Gorath in there, Jim?
Wait, are they trying to say it's not Adam Warlock?
No, it's not. Have you not seen the new Guardians?
I did.
Well, I guess
Did you-
spoilers for people listening.
Did you wait till the very end when?
Yeah.
They show a new cocoon
And then
Oh.
she says that we're going to call him Adam.
Oh, but
Yeah.
I just figured maybe they were out of order, but I guess they can't be.
Yeah, that's her calling.
Yeah.
And plus,
Okay.
the cocoon looks different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, spoilers for the ride if you care. But
I wish I hadn't spoiled this one thing for myself.
well, when you walk in, like first it's like the collector's on a screen and he's talking about how he has like the whole idea. And they did think about it a little bit because I know the big argument is that it's against theme. The idea and maybe this pays off in Thor because you do see this building in the background behind Jeff Goldblum in the Thor trailer. Supposedly, like, he can just teleport his building anywhere and decide to teleport it to California Adventure or Disneyland or whatever the fuck.
I like that, actually. That's a cool, dumb detail to add.
And then the collector's all excited because he's showing off that he captured the Guardians of the Galaxy, and it's his latest thing to his collection. So on the video, he's kind of welcoming you, and he's talking about that. And then he, like, motions to a few things in his collection, and he has Stan Lee's in one of the things as well. He's in one of the boxes. And
what's he say?
he says, do you guys validate parking? And then everyone laughs. Everyone likes
True,
it.
hey, true believers, do you validate parking?
Wait till a year from now when everyone's going at the same time. Do you validate
Yeah.
parking?
Or
With-
wait for 2 years from now when everyone's like, oh, remember when he was alive?
Yeah.
Yeah. So and then there's some like banter because then you see the Guardians on the screen in their cages, and it like pops up like when it does a close up on them, it says their name, and of course Quill's like, I'm Star-Lord, I'm not Peter Quill, and then Groot's like, I am Groot, but it says, what does it say? His thing is, it's like something flora. It's like a scientific,
like flora, fauna, blah 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 blah.
yeah, Flora Colossus. And they're like, he's like, I am Groot. And they're like, oh, not according to your sign. You're Flora Colossus. And, having a little
Zing.
back and forth. And then Drax is like, what's mine say? And they're like, Drax the Destroyer. And he laughs. He's like, that is exactly true. Little banter. It's fun. There's a painting on the wall, too, of the Collector and Jeff Goldblum's character from the upcoming Thor. Because I didn't realize that that character's supposed to be his brother or something like that.
Oh.
And then you go into what was it in Tower of Terror? It was like the library or something?
Yeah, it was a little library.
Yeah. And now it's like the collector's office. And supposedly the other rumor is that there is a bellhop hat in there from the Hollywood Tower. It's on one of the shelves behind a book or something like that. And then you also see Quill's Walkman is in there as well. And then the collector comes up, try to tell you some shit, but then Rocket falls from one of the vents. And he like pokes his head up and he's telling you like the plan, like we need to help him break out the rest of the Guardians.
Is that when you took that picture and you just see like a rocket head popping
it's
out?
a pretty dope animatronic, and he's just telling us the plan of how we need to help him. Like the whole idea is that we're getting on the elevator, and like we have clearance with our hands, and he doesn't. He's on top of the elevator, and once we give him clearance, we'll be able to go up, and then he can blow up the reactor and it'll cut the power and save the Guardians. But then when it cuts the power, of course, your elevator's going to drop.
Okay. Wow, they really thought this through.
Yeah.
It's kind of a fun, cool, like, how do we make this lore exist for a ride? Like, I enjoy that. I like that when we went to Gringotts. Like, they did a whole lot of that at Universal Studios, and I appreciated that the line had something involved, but that they tried to add a storyline to it. Because, like, back in the day, the Indiana Jones ride was kind of cool. Just because, like, they're like, here's a card, read the stuff on the walls. Hey, you can shake this thing and this. But, like, that's it. It was just something to do. And, like, they're really getting involved in, like, the whole queue and the ride and everything being involved. I really enjoy that.
Were you going to say something, Kristen?
I've totally forgot.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait, no. Did it feel too long, though? Because that's what I've read, is that people were saying that like, introductory video is just, like, fucking, like, forever.
Well, I read people saying they were rushed through it. I read
really?
people saying that they wanted to watch it more. It didn't feel long or rushed to me at all. I mean, the first time I went through, I wasn't paying attention. I was just taking pictures of shit. And so it was like when I went through again, I was like, oh, that's what they're talking about. But, I mean, I thought it was actually, it's fairly quick. And I feel like, it's probably not, but I feel like, because when the collector is first on the screen in his office, he's going through a spiel. And then when Rocket comes in, he starts saying it along with them. I feel like he's shitting on those fucking people.
That's gotta be.
Because there are these people, these Disneyland freaks, Mike, that when you go to the Haunted Mansion, they
this elevator has
start
no
yelling out the
windows.
fucking dialogue.
They did that back when I was a kid. Again,
doors.
I haven't been there in ages, and I remember being on the fucking Jungle Cruise, and some asshole next to me is fucking saying the same thing the dude up front saying, or being on the Haunted Mansion, and everyone, like, you can hear like a car in front of you and a car behind you, or everyone just saying what's saying. Then you're in the room where the painting gets big, and everyone just fucking talking.
The backside of water is the one exception.
Which one?
The backside of water on the Jungle Cruise.
Why? Why is that the one exception?
Because it's like everybody says it together.
Oh, well, but yeah,
It's
then yeah, that's an exception. But I'm just saying, people
I don't
are
know it that well.
There's some dickheads sitting next to me, just like spouting off exactly what the guy's saying. I was
Oh,
like, okay.
dude. And I went on the Haunted Mansion when I was out there, and people were doing that. Because it was grad night, too. Because not only did I have Memorial Day when I was there on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday are grad night.
Ugh.
And first of all, it must be fucking nice to have your graduation celebration at fucking Disneyland. Didn't have that shit where I grew up.
Yeah,
Go
mine,
fuck your mother.
Mine was that they gave us a coupon to get a free cheeseburger at McDonald's.
We didn't have anything at all.
You didn't even get a cheeseburger coupon?
No, we didn't get shit. We didn't even have a senior prank. Like, we didn't have a
No.
senior
I
assembly.
have- I mean-
like,
Our senior prank was annoying because everyone just pissed in a hallway, and it was just fucking filled with piss.
Ugh.
And the school was
Nice prank.
And the school was so pissed
Oh,
off.
some piss boys, bro.
No, everyone just pissed in the hallway. And at first they're like, it can't
Class of
actually
piss
be
boys.
It can't actually be piss, right? And then it turned out to be piss, and then the janitor had to clean it up, and no one could walk in that hallway to get to their classrooms. And when you did, it was just smelled so fucking awful for like a week.
oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did. We had an 8th grade field trip where we went to Wet and Wild, the old one, the old Wet and
Ooh,
Wild.
doing it big.
Yeah, it was great.
Well, I mean, I didn't have anything
And
like
we had
that
to pay
either.
our own way anyway.
Well, it's weird because I have like I'm envious, and then I also pity these people with their Disney grad nights, because I mean, we didn't have anything special done by the school. We had, hey, we're all going in the woods and we're all gonna get fucked up, and it was a great time. It was awesome. And in a way, it's like, hey, I should have that. I shouldn't be like the annoying people at Disney that are yelling and cursing. And when I'm at Disney, even unless I'm mad, I'm the guy that's like, fucking kids cursing, yelling at Disney right now, yelling curses. There are little kids here. This is Disney. Who are these kids yelling curses right now?
No, I totally 100% get that.
Yeah.
I agree with it, but it's really funny to me. I want to see. This is why Jim won't do my idea of where we all go to Disneyland. He doesn't want us to see him like that.
No, I stand by that idea. I think we definitely should do that.
Yeah. Okay. So they
Especially now Thorson's involved.
Yeah. Woo!
Yeah, so Rocket gives you the clues you in on his mission, and then the doors open, and as you're walking into the boiler room or whatever, you see that he reaches in and grabs Quill's Walkman.
Oh, whoa, really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's
like,
so cool.
You see a paw come in and like scoop it up, and he's
That's
like, "I'll
awesome.
take that."
That's the best.
The boiler room is kind of the weakest part because it doesn't quite make sense because it still
It's
looks
just
like
the
the
same.
boiler room. They threw a bunch of shit in there, kind of. And I guess it's behind the scenes at the Collectors, and you're supposed to be on this VIP tour, but it still doesn't fully make sense to me. But yeah, there's 6 different songs with like different things going on. We went on it 3 times. I got one of the songs twice, so I basically only saw 2 of the songs. It was like the ones I saw were Hit Me With Your Best Shot and Born to Be Wild. We got twice.
I saw the ride through that I watched was with Hit Me With Your Best Shot, and I did not like that.
What, the song or just the videos?
The song with the videos. I didn't like the thing. Oh, like overall, I was just kind of like, ugh.
Well, I mean, it's super chaotic, obviously, when you're on the ride. And that's the biggest difference is that, obviously, with Tower of Terror, Twilight Zone, it's very much about being creepy. I mean, as creepy as Disney would be, but about being creepy and kind of scary. And this, it's like just way more of a fun vibe. Where, yeah, you know, you're flying up and down in this elevator, but it's fun because the music's blaring. And then every now and then when you stop, the doors will open up and you'll see the Guardians doing some shit because
Which it's so rad they got the actual actors.
Yeah.
Well, that's the first thing I
That's
asked
the
Jim.
sell.
Was because in the commercial, that rocket commercial, it's like a lot of him in group because they're CGI, and then you kind of
Yeah.
see the rest of them really far away. And I was like, oh, is it going to be that?
Yeah, I think that it would have failed miserably if they didn't get them.
Yeah, because what happens is when it cuts the power, not only do the Guardians escape, but like everything escapes from the collectors. So that's why like sometimes they're getting attacked by different monsters as they're trying to escape. And what I like a little bit more about it is it's enough where you sometimes forget that like either you forget that you're even on this drop ride and then it drops and you're like, oh shit, that's right. Or you forget if like, oh shit, are we in a moment where we're supposed to go up or down?
Oh, that's awesome.
At least like at least for the first times riding it, that's what I noticed because I got caught up in it, so you'd forget and you're like, oh shit, are we going up and down? And it feels, I mean, I don't know if it just feels like it, but it does feel like you're pushed down faster. But it could have just always been the same. I know it's definitely more random than Tower of Terror, but I thought it was super dope. I thought it was really cool.
I think it's cool that like parents aren't going to have to force their kids to go on it because it was like every time you'd go on Tower of Terror, there was going to be a kid, at least two people in front of you or two behind you that was like crying, and their parent was
Yeah.
like, "No, I promise it's not scary." And now
Well,
kids are going to want to go on it.
We still did. One of the times we got in line, there was a dad, and you could tell he really wanted to go on. I think it was like a 70-minute wait, so it was still kind of a long wait. But his kids didn't want to go on, and he was in line for like a couple minutes, and then he just got out of line because his kids were really sick.
That fucking sucks.
Part of it is they didn't want to wait. Well, his son didn't want to wait, and his daughter was really scared. And I could tell he just wanted to be like, "Fucking man up! I want to go. I love Guardians. I want to go on this ride." But he had to fucking leave. He had to get off. And yeah, they have an Avengers hatch over to the side.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, I went over and looked at it. I got a picture of it.
What
Jim
it
said
mean?
that the night before they had like people in SHIELD hazmat suits like
heard.
investigating the hatch or
Yeah.
something.
I read that.
Yeah, such a cool thing. And it was funny how people on Reddit were so confused. But it was like, I mean, I know it was such a random thing they weren't calling attention to, but it's a Disney thing where they would add a detail
Yeah.
like that. Like, I don't get being so confused. Like, what are they doing? Like,
Well-
they thought it was like a real issue or something.
Yeah.
The way people were talking about it.
Well,
What?
that and
Come
especially
on.
especially like if you're on the Disneyland subreddit, you probably already know that like basically the plan is that whole area back there is rumored to be turning into a Marvel area.
And it feels like it kind of they just have to.
Yeah,
The
and-
only thing I guess in the way that they'd have to get rid of is like that Monsters Inc. ride or whatever.
I think their only actual concern is Frozen, since they just dump so much money into that.
That's true, and
'Cause
there's like a
Monsters,
play
Inc.,
right there.
Yeah, whatever, you know.
That's true.
But they're closing the Animation Academy is closed for refurbishment for a while, and I'll be really sad if they get rid of that.
Yeah, that'd be weird. It feels like there's still a lot of, even if they kept the Animation Academy, there's a lot of empty space over there. I know like part of it used to be like the Muppet Theater.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of, like-
I loved it so much.
I did love the Muppet Theater too. There's a lot of like nothing there. Koompard, people weren't singing the song, although I'm sure that's going to be a thing once the ride's been there for a while. They're going to be yelling the lyrics while they're on the ride. That'd be annoying.
I think that's probably already happening if you get like teenagers.
Yeah, probably.
Because
But-
it happens on Pirates sometimes, where you get people who are like, "Yeah," like just screaming it as obnoxiously as they can,
Ugh.
and it's always just teenagers. If you're a teenager and you're listening to this, nobody thinks that you're funny when you're doing that. Like, please don't.
But
Please don't.
that's the ironic disattachment thing that teens do, where they're glad that they don't think it's funny. Either it's funny and they're happy about that, or you don't think it's funny and they're happy about that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
guess.
because I would be happy too if people weren't happy about the thing I was doing.
They're
It would
just
make
doing
me
the
enjoy it.
SpongeBob. They're like, yo ho, and they're bent over with their arms out.
Yeah, ironically detached to anything is the fucking teenager's dream.
Yeah, I guess.
But it's cool, and the potential is very cool if they do it right with some more Marvel stuff. And yeah, it totally looks like that's what they're gonna do. I also did get a little taste of magic, like we mentioned
The
on
Gathering?
yeah, like we mentioned. Sometimes I read on the Disneyland Reddit now and then. People get taste of the magic. I was walking with Stella, and we were walking by, if you know California Adventure, like walking towards like Carthay Circle to like the kind of the center to head towards the Toy Story, like what is that, the
Toy
pier
Story
and all that
Mania?
stuff. Yeah, because we had fast
Paradise
passes.
Pier?
Yeah, Paradise Pier. And as I was walking there, I don't know. I'm just like I'm just a silly dude. Y'all know me. And I was holding her hand. And I started doing a funny walk. Because I'm a funny dude. Started swinging my other hand and like going back and forth.
Okay.
And I only did it for like 2 seconds, like just because I like to do weird shit. And then I hear like, that was a cool dance or whatever. And I was like, oh fuck, busted. And there was a cast member behind me, this black girl. And I was like, oh yeah, hey, just loving the park or something. And then she's like, follow me. And so she brought us over to like where the times are. And she's like, we're going to give you Disney trivia. And she starts giving us Disney trivia. And they were kind of hard questions.
Oh, you got a magic moment.
And we didn't.
Wait. So you literally meant Taste of the Magic? This is like a thing that happens?
It's a magic moment. Did you get a magic moment? I'm so excited.
Well, here's what happened. So yeah, she starts asking us, she's like, name 5 Disney villains that have nothing to do with magic.
Okay,
And I was like, it's
Scar.
Yeah.
we did get Scar.
And
we got Gaston.
I was gonna say anything from Jungle Book, right?
Yeah, I did say
Sheriff of Nottingham, probably.
I said King Louis,
The
and
hunter
she gave
from
me
Bambi.
that. No, I tried that. She said it didn't count. She said that didn't count.
Cruella de
Yeah, I would
Vil.
have immediately went to
We
Robin
didn't
Hood.
get Cruella. She gave it to us after, and we couldn't believe we couldn't get that. But yeah, I think we only got 4, and then she gave us a few.
Kungpar Kerchak is not a villain, by the way. Idiot.
Yeah, nice try.
Yeah, I was gonna say with Beauty and the Beast, Gaston's kind of like an easy.
Yeah, we said Gaston. Well, Stella did. I kept thinking, for some reason, I kept trying to pull up obscure movies to try to be cool, and all I could think of is The Emperor's New Groove, and I'd never even seen that movie. And I don't know any of the characters. Yeah,
Jim's
no.
like,
dude,
the
Jim,
Cauldron.
Jim,
Cauldron from Black Cauldron.
That movie's like legit funny. It's one of those weird like. Must have gotten someone who's actually funny to write it kind of thing, because that was one of those weird things where Jake and I were growing up and we're like, whoa, what? Why is this movie actually funny?
And then she wanted us to name, and we couldn't do, like, with these questions, you can't do Pixar, you can't do, like, obviously Marvel or Star Wars. It was, like, strictly Disney. The other one was, like, 3 characters whose parents are still alive. And, I mean, that was tough. We got Moana, because Moana's grandmother dies, but her parents are alive. Shit, who else did we get?
Both parents have to be alive?
Yeah, both parents have to be alive.
What about the cats in Aristocats? Aren't their parents alive?
Ooh, I don't know. We didn't have that one. There was one. I said Aladdin because in the Broadway play he sings a song to his parents.
Oh, no, though.
But, like,
he's an orphan.
Yeah, she was like, well, no, it doesn't count because Disney or whatever the fuck. And then there
What
was
about
another
the
one.
kids from
and I said,
Peter Pan?
I think I was like Max or whatever, like Goofy's son, but I guess he doesn't have a mom.
Yeah, he doesn't have a mom.
But he must have a mom,
You should
right?
have just named all the kids from Peter Pan, because don't they both have moms?
No,
and
that's
dads?
what we
Darlings?
missed. That's what we missed. Yeah, because she
Okay.
said that after. And then she was also like pulling out garbage, like Ariel as a daughter or something.
Like sequels? You can't count sequels.
She was pulling that out after. I mean, we didn't get both, but then then she hooked us up with.
You can count real sequels, but not like Aladdin 2 sequels.
Ooh.
But
If
Little
you're gonna
Mermaid
count Disney
sequels-
Aladdin sequels are the best quality. Little Mermaid sequels, straight.
But
to
I'm just saying,
DVD.
but they just throw shit out the window. The genie's back and he's got his fucking wristbands on, and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah,
No.
but he doesn't listen to anyone.
And no, I'm just saying, like
just an
they
aesthetic.
throw things out the window in their
Fucking
their throwaway sequels.
Aladdin and the King of Thieves is the best sequel.
Phil Bates saying that Aristocats just have their mother, but
Oh,
he does
okay.
not. He's not fully sure.
I'll take his word.
Yes, Kungpar Dalmatians. That was
Oh,
a
the
good
kids
one.
from Mary Poppins.
Yeah. Anyways, so then she hooked us up with 2 fast passes that work on like any ride, even if they don't have fast
Whoa!
pass.
Just
Yes.
because you were doing a funny walk.
Yeah, just because they did a funny
You
dance.
did get a magic moment.
Wait,
Yeah,
is their
that's-
job just to? Is that what they're officially called?
Yeah, it's a magic moment. It's a thing that they do, like where you can just.
Yeah, she said this is limited time magic, so it's just for today or whatever. But first she's like, "Are you annual pass holders?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Follow me." And then she started asking us the questions, and she was super nice. It was really fun. We had like a back and forth, just bitten and stuff.
So is her job just to watch for people?
I
and
don't know
then
if that's
do this for
just
them?
her job, but I think they probably encourage it, like here and there or something.
Wow,
Yeah,
what a cool thing.
So like I watch a few Disney vlogs, and one of them they go up and they're at Disney World and they're gonna go on test track, and they're like, oh man, like the wait is really long, and like our fast passes aren't like their fast pass time had passed, and the cast member was like, oh, let me see those, and was like, here, and then like took them to the front of the line, like just cause they could.
Weird.
It's so cool.
It's so
I'm
cool.
so jealous.
It's so yeah, because I have read about people talking about like moments like that. I was like, oh, that happens to me. That's not a real thing. But yeah, it totally happened. It was just a random thing because I did a little funny dance. And
nobody's ever like, hey, a young woman, are you at this park by yourself? Did nobody like you enough to come with you? Come on, let's give you 3 fast passes.
But it was cool because we had Guardians fast passes for later in the day, and we had the Toy Story fast passes. So then we were able to hop on Midway Racers or whatever the cars
the
ride.
The passes are just for specific rides.
No, the ones that we already got were the ones she gave us are good for any ride.
Okay, I didn't know they had them for just certain rides.
Well,
I only know the ones we got when we were in Orlando.
Yeah. The way Disney does it, it's like depending on the ride because sometimes they can go like if it's a popular ride, their fast passes can be done. Like basically, you go up to a kiosk, you put your thing in, and it gives you a pass and a time to come back. And as they give them out, the times get later and later and later until park closed, and then it's like no more fast passes for this ride. So in the morning, we had gotten fast passes to Guardians, but they wasn't until like 5:30. But then after a certain amount of time, even if you haven't used your fast pass, you can get one for another ride in the meantime or whatever. So
I was going to ask, is Guardians off the grid?
She said it wouldn't count for the magic or whatever. But I did read people were using them, but I wasn't going to push it because we already had fast passes for it. I'm sure I could have come around and been like, I demand, like be a dick about it.
I demand more magic.
Yeah, after they already like are super cool, be like a fucking dick about it. But yeah, so then we got to go on Midway Racers, and it's so fucking awesome walking past that huge line. Everyone's like been waiting for hours and hours, and we're like, sweet, just an extra fast pass. And then we went on Peter Pan because that always has a fucking long wait too.
Yeah.
And it doesn't even have a fast pass, so we had to like get in like the handicap line. And there were people like complaining. And they're not even handicapped because there are these people behind us. Because I guess if you complain, they call it a return time. You can come and they'll give you a return time, and then you come back to the handicap line and they let you in. And this lady's like, we have a flight to catch. Who the fuck is at Disneyland trying to hop on rides before going to the airport?
She was just talking about the ride, Jim.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said to Stella.
She had Peter Pan's flight to catch.
Yeah, she was telling me. She's like, yeah. I was like, what was that lady saying? And she's like, she said something about a flight to catch. I was like, yeah, we all got a fucking flight to catch. Peter Pan's flight. Let's go. Get the fucking back of the line. But they took care of her because Disneyland's cool like that. They take care of assholes. And that's the one thing, like, because I'm a theme park guru these days, and even though I love Universal because I love movies and I like some of the stuff they add, they would never do that shit.
No,
like Disneyland can rob you blind, but make you feel good about it. like they'll take your money, but they'll do little things that they don't really have to do just because, and it makes you feel good. Universal will nickel and dime you and fucking so shameless, and they won't give a shit. Like, they're not going to give you anything. They're not going to give you a fucking
Well, I told you about that weird
reason.
999 ghosts thing they were doing for a while. That sounded really cool.
the VR game.
Well, it's kind of like an ARG.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what I meant.
Like, they
ARG,
send you
yeah.
real things, and then you go to the park, and, like, if you, like, have this fucking teacup puzzle you figured out how to put together, and you go to this, you figure out where to take it, like, weird actual things, like you knock on a door, and then on the other side someone knocks back, and then you count the knocks, and that's how you know where to go, and then you play a piano that normally is just set dressing, but suddenly it starts playing. Like, there's all this weird, cool shit involved.
They're all about that at Disney World. They have so many like interactive Magic Band like ARG games at Disney World.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, and one thing I feel bad about is I should have got her name and I should have put in a compliment or whatever. Although I guess
then you gotta wait in that line at City Hall.
Although I guess they don't want compliments just because you got a fucking free thing, like. But I feel bad. I should have got her name and at least did something like that. But either way, it was super cool. And yeah, like they're good at that stuff where they make you feel good, even if they're like reaching in your pockets, taking all your money away. And
While she's asking you trivia, she's just hand in your pocket, literally robbing you.
I mean, the downside though, like the dark side of Disney, is like when you're outside the park in Anaheim, and Anaheim's like such a shithole. And
there's like beggars on the corner right past the property line.
Yes, yeah. Well, first, because we always just walk out. If you know Disneyland, you walk past the shuttles, and then you're on Harbor, and like across the street is like IHOP and a Denny's and all that.
Captain Kids.
Yeah, usually we'll walk over to IHOP or Denny's, and then I'll call an Uber. And when you walk by, I don't know if I know you haven't been in a while, Kristen, but
I just went in October.
There's always that saxophone guy playing Disney tunes.
Yeah.
And then this time there were people selling fucking fidget spinners.
Yes, I knew it.
And as a goof, I was gonna buy one, and like Stella was so annoyed that I was gonna buy one. And like, but I was trying to look at them, but it didn't have prices, and I didn't want to ask the shyster how much his fidget spinners was. So then I was like, if I'm gonna throw money away, I might as well. And I just gave it to the guy playing saxophone music.
Nice.
I was like, here's $3 for you.
I think I've seen saxophone guy when I go to BlizzCon.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they always have BlizzCon in Anaheim.
He's a cool guy. He just starts playing like fucking Disney tunes on his saxophone. But then like right after that, so I gave that guy money. We crossed the street and we're walking down to Denny's, and this fucking bag lady, the saddest lady you've ever seen. She's got her luggage, like she's dragging luggage, and she has like a blanket hanging off of her shirt. And I didn't notice this, but Stella said she was missing a foot. And
Jesus.
Tell me she asked you for money.
No, she was just talking, and I totally expected that she was going to ask for money. But she just looked at us, and she was like yelling and crying, and she just goes, "Never be alone."
Oh, Jesus.
It was the scariest thing you've ever seen. It was like, oh my God, we got to get the fuck out of here. We got to go.
Never be alone.
Apparently, if you're alone, they're going to chop your foot off and make you leave your home with all your belongings.
That's terrifying and so depressing. Oh, my God.
Coopar, Jim, she's secretly a witch. It's more Disney magic.
It's insane to me that they haven't Disney hasn't kind of.
I was thinking that they
gone crazy with that area.
You'd think, and maybe that's why they're trying to have that different entrance so they can control
There's
it.
Probably
more.
not much they can do.
Yeah, because it's a public street sidewalk, right?
Yeah, but they have so much money they could.
It seems like they were trying to do
Well,
something.
because cities get a lot of crap when the Super Bowl shows up. Because whenever the Super Bowl shows up, they have legal ways of trying to wrangle the homeless and get them out of the city for a little bit.
Yeah.
But that's like for one time a year, and they throw a bunch of money at it, and they know the rules they're allowed to like work around to make it work. For Disney, it's like that's year round. Like I'm sure there's only so much you can do where you're not like breaking a rule or like not allowed. You can only throw so much money at something that's 24/7.
It's like when you're like getting ready to go in for the morning and you're like all amped, and then you walk past the Asian person holding the sex trafficking sign on the corner, and you're like, woohoo! Let's go, right? Tower of Terror.
Never be alone. I almost wanted to like double back and be like, what did you mean by that? Like, where are you going with this?
Big props for not whipping out your phone and recording her, Jim.
Oh yeah, I mean, if I wasn't so
bad props for being a normal human being and not a scumbag.
If I wasn't so afraid, I would. If I wasn't so scared, I would have filmed her. If I didn't think that it was like Drag Me to Hell Lady or some shit. But although the foreigners in Anaheim are super nice, they're really nice. This lady at the gas station told Stella and I that we have like the most beautiful skin.
Oh wow, nice.
She's like, "Where are you from? You guys' skin is so great."
No, we're from a really dry place.
Will you guys please buy sunglasses, please?
But now that I think about it, maybe it was like some sort of like she would have harvested our skin for some sort of ritual or something.
You guys
like
have
that.
the worst skin she's ever seen, and that's just like the game she plays is complimenting people.
I never doubted it. I know we have like great skin, but like, but now I'm starting to think like she means like great skin for like making clothes out of her.
Oh yeah. Turn you guys into a parachute and fly away. Let the wind take her away.
Oh, and then I had the Asian Uber driver that was like telling me how I have to like put a ring on it and all that stuff. But he was a super nice guy. He was saying what a great couple we were and how like awesome we are. And they just good at buttering you up, giving you that Uber magic. You know what I mean?
It was like the time for a tip, and he's like, "Well, what do you think, Stara?"
Do you tip your Uber drivers?
Usually no. I tipped one guy. It actually wasn't the guy that was buttering us up. I tipped a different guy just because it was like a decent conversation. He was just talking about, whatever the fuck. I don't even remember.
If they fucking put a thing in the app, I'd be all about it.
Lyft does.
Yeah, I know. So I always tip my Lyft driver.
Like the Amazon Net Prime Now.
Yeah. They give you an option there.
Uber's like, you don't have to tip, but then every Uber driver ever, like, it kind of expects a tip. Nah, I'll be about Lyft.
Yeah, some of them have the like signs up too about like tips accepted and all that. Like they'll have the things on their seats.
Yeah.
But then it's usually like, have a good one. Here's $4.
Yeah, I'm never gonna drink their free water because I know I'm not gonna tip them.
Yeah. Fuck off. tip your Uber driver, says Frostbite. Who carries cash? Ain't
Yeah,
planning on that.
give me a way to tip my Uber driver,
Yeah.
sure.
I've
And
only
I
ever
ain't
been in
giving-
Ubers when I go places with you guys.
Yeah, and I ain't giving you a 20, bro. Are you serious? No way. That ain't happening. But yeah, it was a fun time. I mean, did you guys see the? I mean, for a better idea on the ride, if you want, did you guys see that reporter guy that was geeking out?
I
No,
know
I actually
nothing
didn't
about
watch
it.
it.
All I know about the ride is what you showed me.
I didn't watch it at first either because I mean I was gonna go on the ride soon, so I didn't want to see anything on it. But this was kind of funny, and like he's clearly a gay guy, but you know, when he's a reporter, he's not talking gay. But then when he's
You start screaming gay?
Yeah.
He lets the gay out?
I mean, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying it's just how things are.
Oh,
It's
you
just the truth of it.
scamps.
Yeah. Let me see here.
And now you have paparazzi status.
Disneyland Resort Skycam. Disney's Summer of Heroes is about to blast off, and Action News reporter Corey James is live with an inside look at the all-new Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout attraction.
Now, is that
which
the
opens
ride?
this weekend?
Yeah, they're on the ride.
That's where you
Yeah.
sit.
Oh, that's
in
so
the
small. I thought it was bigger.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's another like aisle like next to them, so it's a little bigger, but not much bigger.
And there's
Oh,
a row
okay.
in front of them too, I think.
And it totally is like those other rides, like that Doctor Doom ride at Universal. But for whatever reason, since this is inside, I can easily go on it and have a blast.
Well, dude,
but I'd be so scared to go on the Doctor Doom one where you're just kind of sitting on a chair outside.
I mentioned
I
it
love those.
when I went to
Really?
Knott's.
Yeah.
And like, you just keep going and you keep going, and then all of a sudden, like, none of us were afraid, and I've been on those rides before, but then all of a sudden you're like, I'm like way above all the roller coasters, and I'm way above everything else, and then it's just like, you're just kind of sitting there and you feel like really vulnerable because it's just a chair and your feet are hanging free. And then I didn't even have shoes on because I had my flip flops.
Yeah.
And you just feel so vulnerable and you don't know when it's going to happen.
Yeah.
And so, like, having all the pomp and circumstance involved in this ride probably takes you, because all you can do is think about how worried you are when it's just like raising
you're
you
just
up.
sitting
but when
there.
there's
Yeah.
stuff going on, then it kind of like, I
That's the
bet it
be-
changes it.
That's the best part, though. I went to the one in Sweden at Liseberg, and like fucking, you just sit up there, and I don't know what they're saying because they're saying it in Swedish.
yeah.
Me and my friend Brendan are just sitting up there like, what do you think it's saying? I don't know. What do you think? And we were up there for like the full minute, and then no idea. It was
Nice.
so fucking cool.
Corey, looks like you're having a good time.
Why do they have Dreadfalls on?
I am. You know, Graciela and Dale, we have been waiting for this moment for quite some time. We're finally about to lift and go up and actually experience
Oh, he's got
it.
Groot hands and there's
Right behind
Rocket
me- or
Raccoon
beside me, rather,
sunglasses?
is
Those are
Josh
cool.
Diaz. And this is your, first time doing this?
13th.
13?
Yeah.
So you're kind of a pro with it.
Kinda, yeah.
Why do you keep coming back?
I love it, you know.
So we're going to go ahead and have them kind of close the doors, and they're going to lift us up. There's going to be some noise going around me. This is just part of the whole experience. But as you can see, this is what they call the
Oh, that's so
gantry.
cool.
I can't believe they showed a ride through on the news.
Yeah, they pretty much show a lot of the ride here.
Hear me well, but as you can see, the ride has already started. You hear the music that we've been talking about too. So
He's so nervous. Look at him.
Yeah, look at him. Oh, dude, he was genuinely like, that was so like, oh,
Yeah, like,
I'm gay.
He had no.
Oh no, I'm gay.
He really had no control. Like there was no way, there was no hiding that once the ride kicks in.
Oh man, yeah, his eyes, like he looked like fucking Titus Andromedon all of a sudden. Oh wow, those screens look really good. They don't look like the Harry Potter ones at all, where it's clearly a screen. That just looks like you're looking at people.
It's like super HD.
Right.
does it go any faster than this?
Yeah, he's ready. He's ready to be done.
Look out! This is so cool!
It's funny that he has no idea what the ride is. And like he's even like, oh wow, you can look outside.
He had no idea.
You know, some producer was probably like, send so and so.
Yeah.
That'll be hilarious.
We need to make sure he's the one that goes. Oh, look, dude. Those anchors are loving it.
Oh, no.
What happens if I push this button?
So dead. This is not right. We should not have done this. We should not have done this.
Look how worried he is.
Oh my God.
Oh, they're hanging out with Cosmo.
Yeah, they got Cosmo. Mantis rolled up to save them, and that's you're all done.
Is it over? Almost.
I'm not into that show-off girl in the back. This isn't about you, dancing girl.
Yeah, she's singing and dancing.
Yeah,
and
settle
shit.
down.
She definitely reads the words in Haunted Mansion.
Okay. Y'all, this was not a good idea. I think it's over now, thankfully.
Hey,
It is over.
you know, that was quite entertaining to watch you more than anything. And we don't mean to call you out, but your reaction compared to the other folks on that ride was quite something, to say the
You
least.
heard, this was his 13th time, though.
Oh,
He was
there we go.
prepared.
You're right.
She
You're right.
told me, she warned me, she said, you know, it goes like a rocket ship. I didn't believe
Like
her.
he's lost
so.
all his reporter poise now
Yeah.
as well. He's just kind of he's done. He's
over it.
That's fantastic. Well, good on him for not just fuck
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
like because that's how I am on fucking rides. It's like the shits and fucks like they can't stay inside. They're getting sucked out of me.
Oh, that was so good. I expected him to just be like normal screaming, not his face. Looked
Yeah.
like he was possessed.
Yeah, he contorts.
Definitely a good choice.
Fantastic.
And it worked out so well that guy clearly has no idea. Like,
Oh yeah, he
He's
didn't
a-
know what he was
yeah,
expecting.
he had no idea what the ride was. Apparently, didn't look into it at all before they sent him on the report. But yeah, it's dope. I recommend it.
Oh, cool.
I'm
Well,
excited to try it.
How fun.
I want to go in October. So
I do have I have a story about my hometown, Abington, Massachusetts. And it's weird. This story makes me realize that I guess my town has hints of fucking Stars Hollow. Excuse me, Stars Hollow from the Gilmore Girls. Let me find it. They threw because there's this town retard. And his name's Rory.
Oh, I thought you said there's like
is
so there's
that-
this town called Retard.
No. In my town that I grew up in Abington, there's
Okay.
there's this dude Rory, and as a little kid, he used to creep me out because he's just like an old retarded man. And I guess he just turned 70 because he's been roaming the streets since my mom was a kid, growing up in that town, and he's always just walking around, always fucking trying to talk to everybody, hanging out at the convenience stores. I think he goes to like the fire department and the police department all the time and tries to talk to them. And
There's fires, I
just-
swear. There's all these fires. And like, God damn it.
let me find the original story real quick.
Is he always
Shit, I don't-
dropping the hammer on people, Jim?
No, I wish. That's meaty.
do you
So
think
yeah, I mean, we had a few tarts in my town. It's not meaty. This is like an old because meaty was in my high school. This is like an old version.
Oh, so
of
he was
meaty.
the young retard, and then so you had Meaty, the young retard, and then the old retard.
This reminds me of when Sue Murphy was on here and telling us about how her in Newfoundland everyone knew the one homeless person.
Oh yeah, exactly. And it was just it becomes this goof of how everyone's like, "Hi, Rory," and he like loves that everyone says hi to him and stuff. But so here's the actual like news story or whatever about it. Town throws surprise party for resident. While Abington resident Rory Murphy watched the Red Sox game from his Washington Street home, people gathered outside to throw him a surprise birthday party. And I know his house is like it's like right on the corner across the street from, it used to be Christie's was the name of the convenience store, but then 7-Eleven bought it, became a 7-Eleven. We used to hang out at this corner in front of his house because it's like one of the main intersections. And we'd throw water balloons at cars there.
Nice, dude.
And blame it on him.
Yeah, it's just a retard.
Okay. So Sean, they gathered outside to throw him a surprise party. Sean Raleigh counted to 3. The crowd began to sing "Happy Birthday" with smiles all around to celebrate the 70th birthday for the unofficial mayor of Abington.
It's weird. It never even occurred to me that a retard could become 70 years old because you never
Yeah.
see old retards.
yeah.
Where are they keeping all these old retards?
I don't think it's a norm. I think usually, they're dead. Usually they're dying.
Does he die at the end of the story?
Rory, especially in his younger years, was seen everywhere throughout town, said Riley. Helping out the Cub Scouts, always at the Little League games. And why are people not keeping an eye on this shit, by the way? He was even an umpire for a while.
Yeah, I'm sure his calls were always dead on.
Ball.
Safe. What? No one even hit the ball. Safe. You're at it. He's just throwing people out of the game left and right.
He was always a friend of the police and the fire department, and really just a friend to everybody he met. As cars drove by, they honked their horns, and passengers called, "Hi, Rory," from their windows. Chairman of the Selectmen, Ken Coyle, said Murphy often writes cards to the board, so he decided to bring a 4-foot-tall card with over 500 signatures on it to the party. Along with cake, balloons, and party hats, Coyle read a proclamation from the Selectmen declaring the day Rory Murphy Day in Abington. "He's the unofficial mayor of Abington," said Coyle. "He's been a fixture in town since I was a kid."
He tries to start a Muslim ban. Everyone's like, uh-oh. No, you're unofficial. But he's like against them.
Many people said Murphy sits on a bench outside his home, greeting people as they pass by. "He knows everybody," said Coyle. The party started at Bailey's Garage up the street, where owner Jack Bailey sells Christmas trees to benefit local organizations.
Nice plug.
"Rory was the best Christmas tree salesman I ever saw," said Bailey. "He would try to make sure you never left without buying a tree here."
Well, yeah, who's going to say no to the old
Exactly.
retarded guy who's trying to sell you a Christmas tree?
Yeah, and you know he won't leave you alone. He won't go away, so you just have to buy one.
Also, are there a lot of places in Abington to go buy Christmas trees? Where you're going to go
a
somewhere
lot
else?
of competition.
Yeah, go to the next town over. Yeah, so, I mean, I do remember this dude, and I still sometimes say Delius, because he used to say, like, "Oh, they have so Delius subs there." That's how he says delicious.
Oh, okay.
"Oh, the subs are so Delius." And I believe he also...
And no one corrects him because he's a retard. So he's not saying it because he's a retard. He just doesn't know he's saying it wrong because he's a retard.
Yeah, and he calls things fresh. Sometimes I still say fresh to this day.
I think I've heard you say that and
yeah.
just accepted it was some East Coast thing.
Rory, I already said Christmas. His brother Terry Murphy traveled from Virginia with his wife Sherry. He would do anything for anybody. This town means the world to him. He knows everybody by name, and everybody knows him. He sits on the bench over here. He waves to people, and they wave to him. They honk their horns. Police put their sirens on for a second. He's the mayor. And they have all these pictures. So, like, look at these pictures here. So, you know, you got this, like, that's like a selectman or whatever. People from the town on his lawn. There's like a crummy birthday cake on his
That
porch.
is not enough cake.
Happy
That is a
70th
cheap-ass
birthday.
cake.
Now,
Where's the pictures of him? He's not in any of these pictures.
very good, Mike Steele. Very good.
Freak him out.
I think most people don't realize that, yeah, Rory is not in any of these pictures. It's just, and notice at first they started the party at Bailey's Garage, which is up the street, and then they had to go to his house. Now, I actually got the inside scoop here from my friend.
Doom?
Not from Doom, from Yo.
From Yo?
Because someone's like, because someone had shared this on Facebook, and someone commented, and they were like, "Hey, Alex, how come Rory isn't in any of these pictures? Was he too shy to have his picture taken, or did the article drop the ball by forgetting to actually photograph the honoree?" And then from someone that was there, he refused to leave his room. We waited at Bailey's, even sent the fire department to get him, and he wouldn't leave. So we all went to him, and he still wouldn't come out. He actually yelled at us to leave.
Oh, man.
And they tried to make it a heartwarming story.
But we stayed and read the proclamation and sang happy birthday to him. Well, happy birthday without him.
You will let us honor you.
Then we ate his cake.
So it's so clear they just really wanted this fucking photo op, like whoever this selectman is. He just wanted a photo op to like get this nice feel-good story. But even Rory was like, "Go away!" He's yelling out his window, "Go away! Don't come here! No, leave me alone!"
This selectman is building his campaign on the backs of the town's retarded.
Well, you even look at these pictures. There's a picture of like the fire truck there, and you know that, but it was only there because they were trying to get him to come out. And the subtitles like, "Abington's fire engine stopped by to greet Rory Murphy on his birthday." It's like, no, they tried to get him to come out of his house for their stupid photo op they were trying to get, but he wouldn't come out. He'd only yell out his window for everyone to leave.
It's like that Tom Cruise episode of South Park.
Oh man, but yeah, that was great because I remember this dude. Yeah, because we had our town had a few tards. We had Rory here, we had Billy Campbell, and we had Meaty. Those are the big ones. Those are the biggies.
Did you have anyone you called one of the town retards just to fucking burn him? Like, hey, it's one of the 5 town retards. Hey, you know there's only 4. Nah, there's 5. You too, Jason Johnson. You fucking tard.
I remember I would always see Rory reaching in the trash looking for cans.
What a weird thing to be in a small town. Small towns are weird.
Yeah, they are pretty weird. And I mean, I think Abington's population, it's like 17,000 or something like that, which it's still like really small. And it's like, I do recognize some of these last names because it is the same stupid fucking families that are in like power or whatever of the town. And it's always, and then their sons become the selectmen, and then that person becomes like the chief of police or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that was great. I thought they had to. I thought it was great that they still had to write this article and kind of not mention that.
Yeah,
the
that he
guy,
didn't want any part of
The
it.
guy wanted nothing to do with it and wouldn't come out of his home. But hey, we still want to have this feel-good story, don't we?
Well, because I wanted to know what a 70-year-old retard looked like, and I was like, there are no retards in these pictures. Where is Rory Murphy?
I wonder if there was pictures of Rory Murphy.
Man, if someone brought a cake to my house, I wouldn't be like, go away. I'd be like, thanks for the cake. This is delicious. In fact, if anyone in the chat right now wants to send the studio a cake or anything, even a pizza pie, send us something. I will not yell from the window for the guy to go away.